Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to master one of the most important foundations of the Python and the programming language that are data types. So Python data types. So welcome for this lecture. If you really want to become a strong in Python, in also to understand the data types, so this is a lecture for you. And so watch this video till the end, and by the end, you are going to understand how Python stores also and manage the data. So come to the next slide. So going from the basic question that what are the data types and why data types is needed. Let's start with the simple question. What exactly is the data type? In Python, every value has a type. Think of the data types as label that tell the computer how to handle a piece of information. In this way, if we see the examples, for example, numbers are used for calculation. Text is used for names or description. Booleans are used for if you need answering yes or no decision. Also, if we can say that if you need answering true or false. And collections are used to group related data. Means those who are having group related data, then the collection is needed. But think that without data types, the computer would not know how to process information correctly. Therefore, data types is must in the every programming languages. Moving to the next slide. Now you might ask, why are data types important? So these are the three main reasons that you should know why data types matter most in this programming language. There should be a valid operation, and we cannot subtract hello from 10. We cannot subtract hello from 10 because we are going to get an error. Why data types prevent this as an logical error? So now in this way we are going with all the theoretical concepts, and in the next video we are going to perform practical with the data types. And these three valid reasons: first is that valid operation, second is memory allocation, and third is and predictability. In memory operation, the computer manage memory efficiently when it know what type of data is it storing. Means the type of data, it is also most important for the memory allocation of the data types. Means there are different memory allocations, bits and bytes are there for the storing the data. Also the predictability, it ensures your program behaves the same. Means for example, if your program behaves consistently every time, then you can run it. So the data types makes your program safe, logical and efficient. Now going to the all the overview of the data types, there are some categories of the data types. Are you looking in the slide? These are the categories, that is numeric, text, logic, sequence, mapping, and the unique. And what are the types? And just for overview, these are the examples for. And we are going to now learn one by one. Then from in the further slide, how the numeric data types is going to be text, logic, and so on. Come to the first one, that is a numeric data types. Means in this data types we are going to store the integer value or as well as float value. Means the float value that will be contains a decimal point in that number. Means in integer you are going to get the whole number without a decimal point. For example, age is equal to 25 or the goals is equal to -2, then this is going to be the data type of an integer. And for float data type, then we can see it as a floating point. Then there must be a decimal point. For example, you are looking at price and it is 19.99, or the gravity is equal to 9.8. Then this that data type that contains the decimal point is known as a float data type. Means floating type of an number. Python auto converts into the float during division, and this is one of the best feature of the Python, that it will auto converts the integer value to the float during the division. Means for example, if we are going to divide 5 divided by 2, then we are getting answer automatically as 2.5. Now coming to the next data type, string are used to store the text. Means if you are going to store the hello world, means as you know, we have completed our first program that to print an hello world. Then there that hello is an act as like a string. Means they are act like as a string. That is the data type of a string. So look here, string are the sequence or of character. wrap in the quotes. Means, for example, you are looking here single quote, double quote, and triple quote, and then these are the strings that are sequence of character. Look here, HELLO, hello. Then these data type, these are the sequences of the character that we can write in single quote, double quote, or the triple quote. Then the key features is that means the string is an immutable. The meaning of immutability is that it cannot be changed, and we can create string multiple times too. Now coming to the next data type, that is an boolean, that is bool. There, if you are knowing about the logic gates, it is a name after the George Boole. This type represents only two states, that is true or the false. In we can say true as an one and false to as an zero. They are mainly used for the decision making. Means these data types are mainly used in the decision making. If you are learning different type of algorithm in operating system, then they are you are going to get more familiar with this type of data types. And boolean are extremely important for the conditions and logic building. Therefore you are going more familiar with an operating system data type, operating system, while learning the algorithm. Here one of the example I have shown you is log in is equal to true, and if is login, then we are going to print the welcome back. Then if is login is true, then we are going to print out the welcome back. This is very simple example. And in the next session I would do this all the data types in the practical way. Now just we are learning more about theoretical way. Now the next type of data types that are list and the tuples. So this is the one of the most common interview question you are going to get, that are the difference between list and the tuples. And while the meaning of the list is writing using, means you are going to write the list by using the square brackets, and while you are writing the tuples you are using the rounded brackets. Means that is one of the basic difference between the list and the tuples. And second difference is that list is an mutable, means it can be changed. The meaning of mutability is that we can change it. And the tuple, it is an immutable, means that is locked, we can't change if once we set that time tuple. Means what is the first use case that use for the data that need to grow or shrink. Means data can be grow or we can shrink it, means we can increase the data or we can decrease. For example, if here is fruit is equal to apple and banana, then if I need to add an data type, we can add like an strawberry, other custard apple fruit. And tuples used for the data that show never change. Means this tuple is one such of data type that is immutable and that can't change. Use tuples when the data should never change. Means if for example we need to print the value of gravity, that is 9.8, then that is not changeable data, and we need such type of 9.8 continuously using the constant value. Therefore we can write that in the tuple. Next, coming to the next point, that are the dictionaries. Dict, we can call it dict. Okay, dictionary store data in a key value format. Dictionary is going to store the data in the key value format. If you are looking here syntax, it is very clearly mentioned that is stored in the key and having its own value. And look here, the key must be unique and the value can be anything. Always look here, you need to make consider that you while you are using the name as a key, that should be unique all the time. Here I use the user as an variable, and I have made one of the dictionary, that is username is Omi. I am at level 10, and if I am is pro, yeah, true it is. I am pro. Now coming to the next one, that are the sets. In sets you are going to get an ordered or an unique. Means we can say that unordered and unique. Sets are the collection of unique elements and they automatically remove the duplicates. If you are well known about set theory and all in the mathematics, then you know the definition of the sets. They are unordered collections and having unique values. they there is not a repeatable element in that particular example. Look here, I have created an example for understanding. My set is equal to 1 2 2 3. Here there are four elements. But when we are going to print out this element, then we are getting the result in that 1, 2, 3. Means it will automatically ignore the repeated values. Then that is the definition of the set only. Best for mathematical operations like unique and intersection. Means it is mostly used in the union and the intersection in mathematical operations. Okay. Now next coming to the point, that is dynamic typing and type checking. In the previous lecture, we have learn about type checking, and then watch for that lecture for more crystal clarity what is meant by the type checking. But coming to the point, that is dynamic typing. In the Pythonic way, the you don't have to declare the type, but Python figures out dynamically. Means automatically it is going to take the what is the type data type of that particular variable. Look here in the example, x is equal to 100, print type of x is equal to, then we are getting output as an class that is integer type. Means the data type of that x variable, that is 100. I have put here 100, and if I put here 100.11, then it will automatically tell that the class and the data type it is a float. Then it is in Python it is figure out that it will take dynamic typing. Second example, that is x is equal to, now I am a string and it will print a type of x, then it can tell that output will be the class of the string. Means in this way it's having the dynamic type of data type. And in the previous lecture I have explained all means very clearly that what is meant by the type checking. Now summary what we have learned in this lecture: numbers for math, strings for text, and booleans for logic, and all the basic lists, tuples, dictionaries for organizing data. And have a nice day. Happy learning. Bye bye.